I'm a little nervous about reading the Wings of Fire graphic novels. Before I even started reading the book, a kid saw me holding it, and he gave me a 10-minute lecture on the different types of dragons, from his favorites to least favorites. I just nodded my head and pretended I knew what he was talking about. It was pretty awkward for me. But it is inspiring to see this series has such passionate fans.
Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review.
There is a prophecy about 5 dragons who will save the continent from a decades-long war. A group of dragons, led by Kestrel, collect 5 dragon eggs to fulfill the prophecy. They immediately run into trouble. One dragon's a rain wing, not a sky wing, and the mud wing tries eating the other eggs. Rain wing, sky wing? Oh, this is starting to sound like the Warriors series. I wonder if there's a thunder wing or a fire wing. 6 years later, the dragons are grown up and still living in the same cave. Our main character is Clay, the Mudwing. Kestrel constantly bullies him for being weak. Clay is best friends with the other 4 dragons of prophecy. Sunny the Sandwing is childish and friendly. Starflight is studious and worries he can't read minds like other Nightwings can. Tsunami the Seawing is combative and thinks she's a princess. Glory the Rainwing is sarcastic and can change colors. That's an awesome power, which looks really cool in graphic novel format, but also made it hard to tell who the characters were. Many times I was confused about which character is which. I'm like, wait, that's Blue. She's the blue character, right? No, it was the purple character turning blue. The Dragonets act out the story of the Great War. Queen Oasis was unexpectedly killed by a human. Her 3 children have been fighting for the throne ever since. Burn commands Skywings and Mudwings. Blister commands Seawings. Blaze commands Sandwings. The Rainwings and Nightwings have remained neutral. So as you can tell, the book starts with a pretty large info dump. I'm sure fans of the book series could understand it just fine, but a lot of it went in one ear and out the other for me. I could not tell you any of the alliances for the life of me. An imposing dragon named Moroseer comes. He's the one who made the prophecy. Oh, is it Morrow? Because like tomorrow, because he can see the future? Yeah, it's probably Morrow. Well, Moroseer is not pleased with how the Dragonets of Destiny have turned out. Well, if he can see the future, then how does he not already know how they turn out? Anyway, he's violent with them. He chains up Sunny and Tsunami for reasons I didn't quite catch. And he leaves orders for Glory to be killed. The Dragonets cannot let Glory die, so they make a plan to escape their cave. Clay and Tsunami are the ones who can swim for an extended time. They go through an underground river tunnel. They immediately run into trouble, in the form of a human and the Skywing Queen, Scarlet. Scarlet's curious when they don't recognize her, and she's itching for a battle. Tsunami stabs the queen with the human sword as a distraction, and they fly away. Tsunami needs to pick a better distraction next time because Queen Scarlet is easily able to gather her guards. She raids the cave. She captures the 5 Dragonets of Destiny, along with Kestrel. The majority of the book is part 2. It takes place in Queen Scarlet's kingdom. She has a giant gladiator arena where she forces dragons to fight to the death. Clay strikes up an unlikely friendship with Peril, the Queen's champion. Thanks to strange circumstances with her birth, Peril was born with twice as much fire as normal. She can't touch the other dragons without killing them. She's a virtual prisoner because she will die if she doesn't eat rocks that only the Queen can provide. Queen Scarlet is amused when the Dragonets stand up to her, and she forces Clay to fight an Icewing in the arena. Clay struggles because he's naturally non-violent. He's surprised when his opponent suddenly dies of a poison wound that Clay did not inflict. Peril helps nurse Clay's wounds. She returns later and asks Clay to help hide her so she can watch a secret trial. It's Kestrel's trial. Kestrel's backstory-loving lawyer reveals that Kestrel is Peril's mother. Queen Scarlet has been lying for years about those strange circumstances surrounding Peril's birth. Peril is furious. She interrupts the trial and invokes an old law about stand-in for fighters. Long story short, if Peril wins her next fight in the arena, Kestrel goes free. The Dragonets are put into a special prison when Queen Byrne comes. Peril agrees to help them escape, but she has second thoughts when Clay insists on getting Sunny. It seems like Peril has a bit of a crush on Clay, and she doesn't like that he cares so much for other girls. I'm glad this information was spelled out for readers, because I didn't realize it on my own. I actually thought Peril was a boy dragon, until they started using female pronouns for her in this scene. The next day, our heroes are forced to fight in the arena. Tsunami kills a mad Sea-Wing. Before Starflight gets a chance to fight, Seer appears and takes him away. The last battle is Clay against Peril. Peril is extra angry with Clay as they argue out their issues. The fight comes to an abrupt halt when Glory spits out poison and kills Queen Scarlet. Everyone is surprised to learn Glory can do that. The Dragonets rescue Sunny. Peril says there's no point in rescuing Kestrel too, but Clay disagrees. He wants to be the kind of hero who would save Kestrel, no matter how bad she is. Part 3 is the shortest part of the book, 20 pages about. The dragons go to the Mud Kingdom and find Clay's family. His mother is more concerned with food than with him. His younger siblings are much nicer. They explain that with Mudwing litters, the firstborn is always the biggest. Their job is to protect the others. Clay is happy in his role as the protector of the 5 dragonets. In the dramatic epilogue, Seer reveals he gave secret orders to Starflight, which will manipulate the prophecy in favor of Queen Blister. Blister murders Kestrel. The end. Post-book follow-up. This was a pretty good book, although part 1 was unavoidably confusing with all the backstory and similar-looking dragons. Part 2 was much easier to follow, because it's mostly Clay dealing with one dragon at a time. Because he's never been outside his cave before, a lot of things are new to him and they need to be explained. That works well for readers, because readers are also completely new to this world of dragons. Part 3 felt a little unnecessary since it doesn't further the story, but it's nice to see Clay get a happy ending. It's emotionally satisfying. There's a fair amount of violence in this book, which includes some blood. I'm told it is less violent than the original book. They make a point of not killing humans in this version. Our main character, Clay, mostly avoids participating in the violence. Both of his duels to the death are interrupted before he's forced to kill someone. There are 5 Dragonets of Destiny, but Queen Scarlet only forces 3 of them to fight in the arena. She keeps Sunny and Glory in separate special prisons. I'm not sure why. I'm also not sure about the timeline. It feels like there were prisoners for weeks, but maybe it was only 2 days. Overall, I like the graphic novel. The pictures are nice, Clay is an interesting main character, and this would probably make for a great TV series. I look forward to reading the next graphic novel. I give Wings of Fire #1, The Dragonet Prophecy, an 8 out of 10.